This time round, we're covering Empire Strikes Back, Episode 5, which is actually Episode 2, but we won't get bogged down with that right now. My name is Stencil Artist Yan, and my co-host is Mr. Peephole Circus. I've got some fun facts here. Would you like to hear a fun fact about Lando Calrissian?
Yes, please. Yeah.
At one point in the writing, he was down as being one of the clone troopers as a remnant, so to speak, from the Clone Wars.
Oh, so he was... wait a minute. So he's actually Boba Fett?
One of the Boba Fetts. Or is it Commander Cody?
Now I want to see Boba Lando.
Boba Lando. But which that actually makes sense. When Boba Fett shows up, there's like a little bit between them. He's looking at his armor, isn't he?
That's true. Or wouldn't it be amazing if Boba Fett was like taking to the cargo hold, turns back to Lando, takes his helmet off, and
it's Lando Calrissian.
Yeah, the same looking back, and he does the points to his eyes with his two fingers and back to his eyes, and Lando does the same. Then they hug and kiss and stuff. I'm getting out of hand here, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. That actually would be, in theory, up until the prequel trilogy, that could have still been fact.
It could have. Why didn't they get Billy D. Williams? They should have got him to play Boba Fett. He would have made it at that point in time, 20 years ago. He might have been a bit old then, though, I suppose.
Yeah, but they could have had somebody.
It's not like they brought back Boba Fett later on when he's about 80 and really fat, is it? You know,
Boba Fett.
Boba Fett, yes.
But yeah, that is actually a great idea. They should have kept that in. That would now. The more I'm thinking about that, the more I'm liking that idea. Also, talking about ideas which they changed. You know, Frank Oz, who was the voice of Yoda.
Oh, don't I know, Frank? I've been following that guy for years.
He was also the voice of Miss Piggy.
Yeah. Well, and he was in American Werewolf in London.
What, as the werewolf? Yeah, I thought you meant he played one of the werewolves, did the voice for one of the werewolves.
He might have.
That's quite a range.
He probably had his hand in there somewhere, yeah.
Well, he had his hand somewhere with Miss Piggy and Yoda, I'm guessing. But
Yeah.
Here's one which is for the aficionados. Empire was the first movie to have a number by its title in the opening credits. The original Star Wars was not called A New Hope or Episode 4. This came later.
It was just called Star Wars.
Yes, back in the day.
So they had some explaining to do on the next one, didn't they?
Mm.
You watch Star Wars, everything is fine, and then you turn up to Empire. Immediately, you're like, Episode 5.
Yeah.
I bet a lot of people in the cinema started, looking at their girlfriends or boyfriends or friends or wherever, and going, "What the fuck did we miss?" It was only the most popular film ever. What?
We saw the most popular film ever, and then we didn't see the next 4 films.
Yeah, what the hell? They miss out. It's gonna be lost.
Exactly. It's like what happened there? What happened there? I really do like that fact. But then did they go back and they're like, yeah, you know that film that everyone liked? It's not called Star Wars anymore. It's now called A New Hope.
Were there prequels before the Star Wars prequels?
What do you mean?
But I mean, any other franchises or anything have a prequel?
You had. Well, no, yes, because you had the original Westworld.
Yeah.
And then Jurassic Park came out afterwards.
And that's before the prequels, isn't it? Of course.
Yeah, and Westworld is effectively it's done by the same. Is it Michael Crichton?
It is. Yeah.
And they're effectively the same story, but one set in a Western world and one set in a dinosaur world. So that would in theory be the prequel to Jurassic Park.
They did have another one as well, so there's a trilogy, isn't there?
Yes. What was the third one?
Was it Roman or Greek or something like that?
I think it was Roman.
It's like when you go to Disney, there's Epcot, this and that. Do you know what I mean?
Future World, that was the other one.
Was it Epcot?
Well, yeah, Epcot. And oh, what's the one with the Pirates of the Caribbean? Johnny Depp World. Well, used to be. Been cancelled.
Yeah, you could say that's what we viewed.
Mm. Allegedly. Do you know that? I don't know. This is probably connected to the previous fact, which is about the title credits. It was during development of this film that Lucas hit upon the notion that the current Star Wars series would be the second of two trilogies. So there was never going to be the sequel ones which Disney ever made. So it was only going to be the ones before. It was planned to be 6 films as he was making the second film.
But it makes sense because the last 3 don't make any sense compared to the other ones.
Exactly. And that makes more sense to me.
Yeah.
A lot of the writing was changed in this film. I've had a feeling they may have actually written 2 screenplays for this film because the first film was so popular and then they were like, we need to make a second film. Yeah.
A lot more money on the table.
Well, we come to that later, which is I think I come to this later. Let me just check. If not, I will say it now. Empire Strikes Back was an independent film, an indie film. George Lucas
was it crowdfunded?
Was not crowdfunded. George Lucas went to a bank and got a bank loan.
That's sort of the same thing, isn't it?
Pretty much. For this film. So Fox didn't have any kind of sway on the filming of it.
Wait a minute. George Lucas just swarmed into a bank.
Yeah.
And people are sitting around going, it's George Lucas. They're like, what do you want? $20 million or whatever much it cost.
Yeah.
And I gave it to him. And he would, wouldn't you? Because it's George Lucas.
Well, he probably took Obi-Wan Kenobi in there with him. Hello, bank.
Hello, bank.
Hello, bank. That would have been amazing. Hello, bank. And then they go, we don't have that type of money. Wave of the hand. You do have that type of money.
This is not the kind of money you're looking for.
Yeah. We can give you £5. That's not the type of money I'm looking for.
Move along.
move along the money scale. Yeah, it was an independent film.
That's the most success. Is it the most successful independent film ever? Then
I believe so.
Yeah, let's just go with that. Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's a real fact there.
Science fact.
Science fact. But the lightsaber training scenes in Dagobah were going to be really different.
Wait a minute, you call it Dagobah. I call it Dagobah.
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 It's D-A-G-O-Bah.
Tomatoes.
Yeah. Let's not get bogged down with who says what to do on Dagobah.
Yeah.
But one of the training montages had Yoda throwing a metal bar at Luke, which he would chop in half.
Well, Luke chopped in half.
No, the bar would be chopped in half.
Right.
It doesn't say here with a lightsaber. I doubt they means with his hands.
So if his hands are like a non-use, what is he using again?
Well, I'm assuming that he was using the lightsaber, but it doesn't actually say here that he was using a lightsaber. I'm just assuming they meant with the lightsaber.
I should imagine being like a Jedi, you could stand there with your hands behind your back and lift both legs without falling over. So you probably use both feet.
Well, yes. We won't count the new films because the stuff like the Mary Poppins stuff in that is just crazy.
Yeah, I will talk about that one.
Yeah, we'll get to that eventually. That's for our Christmas special, 2-hour Christmas special. But yeah, they were going to have it like a karate film, training montage. Gonna make it montage.
I was going to say there's no pop music in Star Wars, but there is, isn't there? In the cantina and Jabba's palace.
Yeah, no, that's the wrong song.
Do Mario.
Yeah, I was doing Mario there. Bunk. I'm thinking of the guys. They got the big heads, and they're playing like these saxophones.
Yeah.
That one.
Yes. And then Han Solo comes in. Not Han Solo.
Greedo Guido.
Guido.
What is his language again? You did a good impression last time.
That was a South American native language played backwards.
Like sneer, snort, yip, yip, that's new.
Yeah, exactly that. Exactly that. You know the scene where they're on Dagobah or
Dagobah.
yes. Well, you know when the swamp creature grabs R2D2?
Yeah.
That was filmed in George Lucas's unfinished swimming pool.
Whoa, wait a minute. There's a lot to unpack there, isn't it? Right then. Is this at the George Lucas ranch?
Yes.
So it's an outdoor swimming pool?
I'm guessing they were digging the hole for the pool, and he thought, you know what, we could film a really funny scene here.
Oh, right. So he just like, yeah, let's just get R2 because I own him.
Yeah, Kenny Baker.
Kenny Baker. So was Kenny Baker? Did George Lucas try to kill R2, Kenny Baker in his own pool, like something out of Poltergeist?
Yes.
That's awful, isn't it? For shame.
Yes.
I'd have done the same though.
It's a hell of a thing. Imagine being so rich that you're like, you know what? I'm going to film a piece of my film in my unfinished swimming pool. In this film, it's the only Star Wars movie, I believe, even now, even with the new stupid ones, to have a full-size Millennium Falcon constructed for the production. 60 feet long and 16 feet high.
Wow. They got a lot of mileage out of it though, didn't they? Because it's most of the film.
Yes.
But I can't imagine. I thought they have it for the original Star Wars as well, or just probably a certain, not the whole ship.
Not a full size model. They're half size ones.
Yeah, because isn't like Chewie's fixing it near the start, isn't he? When they're on Hoth.
In Empire. Yes. He's fixing it there, but he's on top of it, isn't he? So they've built the whole thing, and then they have the bit where they're on the asteroid.
Yeah.
Also, when they're outside the ship, and when they're running up at Cloud City. Spoilers, by the way. I'm sure if you're listening to this, you may have seen Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
If not, it's a good film. It's worth watching. See A New Hope first, part number 1, which is number 4. Well, we've covered that about the weird numbering sequence already, but I find it goes along at a great pace until there's that weird cave sequence.
Yeah.
The film it feels like that was added in for a reason.
It gets to that point, and then they get attacked by them the bat creatures, you know.
I mean, Luke Skywalker at Dagobah.
Oh, Dagobah. Yeah. Luke is like he's on a side mission, isn't he? That's the side story.
Yes, it's side quest.
But he has that weird dream bit where he cuts off Darth Vader's head. Oh no, Darth cuts his head off. I can't remember which one.
He cuts Darth Vader's head off. This is.
And it's him, isn't it?
It's him inside it.
Yeah. What do we make of that? What do you think that says?
I think it means that if you go towards the dark side, you become the dark side. But I'm now not entirely certain because.
Are you telling me that if he goes to the dark side, he becomes the things he hates the most, which is himself? So he hates himself. Luke hates himself.
And then he cuts his own head off. Then the
I
good
don't blame
version
him.
of Luke cuts the bad version of Luke's head off.
But instead, he cuts his hand off. So he can't cut his head off.
Whoa.
Sneaky.
Well, it does make you think. We're talking about throwing back to the other film. This has got a nice throwback in here. You know, in the medical bay with that really awkward bit where Luke's recovering and then he kisses his sister.
I don't know, it's my favourite bit.
And then the film just randomly stops there and everyone's like, I can't believe the film's just stopped here.
Well, no, it's got that cool shot of him looking out the window, isn't it?
Yeah. After he kisses Leia. I'm doing that thing with the Legos again. He puts his hands behind his head exactly like Chewbacca does when Han Solo says to C-3PO to let him win the game.
He does, doesn't he? God,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's exactly the same.
Yeah, is that smug kind of like, God, yeah, it is exactly the same thing. Wait a minute, I've got to process that. So what does this mean?
Kissing Leia is the same as winning. I can't remember the name of that game that they were playing. It's like chess, but
Yeah, moon chess, is it? That's no moon chess. It's space chess.
it's moon chess. But
Wow,
yeah,
that's
it's the same, exactly the same position, location, face expression.
so in other words, Han Solo was like the creature who got his back broken in the game.
There's more to this film than you think. There's
It is.
subconsciously more to this film than you think.
I think it says more about George Lucas than anything else.
That is very true. And what did you say in the previous one? And his massive neck.
And his big neck. No, yeah, he's ripping out his beard. That's why he's got a big neck.
That is it. I forget that. I forget that part. Would you like to know how Frank
he's like an inverted giraffe.
It's inverted. It's got a very big neck, but very short. Would you like to know what Frank Oz used to do to make Mark Hamill laugh?
Don't I ever?
Now, I would love to see this. This would have been, we were talking about our ultimate director's cut of original Star Wars. I would love to have seen this instead as the Empire Strikes Back cut. So you know the bit where Yoda's dying at the end.
My favourite bit of that. That's hilarious.
Yeah, Mark Hamill kept getting his lines wrong. So Frank Oz replaced Yoda with Miss Piggy in the shot, and they did the whole scene with Miss Piggy instead.
Wait a minute. So Mark Hamill, no, they just dubbed it over afterwards, and Mark Hamill is reacting to Miss Piggy the whole time.
Yes, I don't know why that would make it easier.
Wait a minute. The death scene of all the scenes, not even the comedy bits, the death scene.
That's what it says here. It may have been all of the scenes.
So he's treating Yoda with contempt for the whole time, but that point where he's dying and doing a Miss Piggy impersonation, he's dead serious.
Yes.
Please, no.
I've just got pictures of Miss Piggy now being a Jedi Master. That would be amazing.
But like Mark's got tears in his eyes.
Oh, he's seeing Miss Piggy die.
And we'd all have tears in our eyes. So like Miss Piggy was dying. Even if she looked like Yoda, which, yeah, is close enough. It's still a smash.
Jesus. Wow. Have we found out where Baby Yoda comes from? Is this it? Is this the...
Oh, God.
Did you know there's a decision by Frank Oz, which is probably the best decision, apart from taking Miss Piggy out the final cut? Yoda was actually going to be blue rather than green.
No way, blue. Yeah. What? Yeah. It would look like Avatar. It'd been stupid. I would have never believed in that plastic rubber puppet and spoke like Miss Piggy. Imagine if he was blue. Ridiculous.
Blue and spoke like Miss Piggy. Maybe that's why they're going for blue, because it was Frank Oz with Kermit and Miss Piggy.
This makes me question Frank Oz a lot more. Like, why is he? Like, you can imagine he's got his hand doing the Yoda puppet. Like, yes. Oh, this is not good enough. Like, got to imagine it's Miss Piggy. That makes everything much better. And now he wants a blue? What's wrong with that guy?
He's a big fan of Avatar. It's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah.
Or the blue milk.
The blue milk. Now we know where it comes from, don't we?
Oh, God. To try to steer this show into the skid and try to put it back on topic.
Wait a minute. What colour was the milk Aunt Peru and Uncle, what do you call it, were drinking?
Uncle Owen, it was blue milk.
And in the newer one, what was that stuff Luke was drinking?
Well, they milk from that weird sea beast.
Yeah, what colour was that?
Green.
I'm saying nothing.
It's just another kick in the balls for Luke Skywalker, really, isn't it? I just get the feeling that the new films, they didn't bring Miss Piggy on just for a laugh onto the set. I don't think that ever happened.
No, they should have. They should have at least got Frank Oz on the scene. I know he's not alive now, but you know, you could make him a puppet or something. I don't know.
My God.
We've all seen Weekend at Bernie's. Come on, chill out.
That is true. He could have been in the background somewhere. And allegedly, you've now got, is it Geode, which is a rock?
What was his name? Dwayne something.
No, not the Rock. There's
Right.
in the Star Wars New High Republic is it High Republic? That was a character in that is actually a rock called Geode.
Well, that's why it's called the High Republic.
Well, yeah, somebody's been smoking too much crystal meth
On the rocks.
on the rocks. Yeah, exactly. They've been on the Geode. Oh
Mhm.
no, is that why it's called that? Probably. Well, we're going very much off topic here because let's bring it back to the purists. Luke's X-wing, when its wing is sticking out of the Dagobah or Dagobah. Dagobah. Luke's X-wing sticking out of the swamp. The red stripes on the wing.
But the beer.
No, yeah, well, yes, red stripe is a beer, but there's red
Sponsored.
stripes can. Yeah, it's sponsored.
Yeah.
Luke's X-wing, when it crash landed in the swamp, it has stripes on the wing, and there's 5 of them. The reason why there's 5 is because it's red 5. So it's actually every X-wing's stripes mean where they are. So if you've got gold, it's gold 5, gold leader, and he's red 5. And so that's why it's got 5 red stripes on it. It's an incredibly boring fact, but
That explains. So how many stripes does Red Leader have?
1.
Because Red Leader was on the first one, wasn't he? Did he die?
Yeah, because it didn't go in, and then he got whacked by Darth Vader.
Darth Vader put a hit out on him.
Almost there.
Rest in peace with Porkins.
Bless Porkins. That's taking the piss out of that guy, though. He came in, and they must have been like, this guy's fat. Get that fat boy in there. Porkins, come on. These days, it'd be fit at any size.
Yeah. His name would be I've got big bones.
Big Bones.
That should be his son. Porkins' son should show up in the next one as Big Bones.
In the probably won't fit in an X-wing. It'd probably have to go in a one of those bombers, from the new films in the first one.
An XYZ. Triple X wing, isn't it?
A triple X-wing. We've got Big Bones in a triple XL wing coming in.
Use the forks.
Use the forks, Big Bones. So this was a bit of a strange. I wasn't actually entirely certain about this one.
We have a lot of strange ones here. Come on, let's be fair.
Yeah.
Come on, let's go for it.
There are some very strange things. At the beginning when they're on Hoth, it was all filmed in Norway.
So Hoth is Norway. Really? I thought they just. I never thought about it. I just thought there was a set.
No, it was all filmed in Norway, but they could only get a couple of Norwegians in who were actually the Norwegian mountain rescue to be the soldiers. Yes.
The rebel soldiers.
Yes. When they're outside and they're all setting up. Awesome.
Yeah.
Like it's a proper like First World War kind of. They're in the trench getting everything ready. They're
Yeah. That's it. And they got the turrets. I love the turrets.
Mm-hmm. It's awesome. Do you know who else they had to rope in? They had to rope in the staff from the hotel they were staying in to be the rest of the Rebel Alliance.
What do you mean roping? If like, don't forget, this is like after Star Wars. If I was, damn it, if I was in a hotel and it'd be like, you're eating breakfast and like we need people to be rebel soldiers, but god damn it, I'd be out there. I'd even be the guy. Do you remember the figure with the guy with the binoculars with the mustache, a really crap figure?
Oh yes, yeah.
I'd even be him.
You're immortalised for life.
Yeah, amazing.
Weirdly, apart from the Rebel Alliance in Norway being filled up with Norwegian mountain rescue and the staff from the hotel they were staying in, because I guess they had to pay the staff some extra to go to be them. Do you remember Cheers, the TV show?
Yeah, I love Cheers.
Do you remember, was it Norm, the postman?
No, Norm was the fatter guy,
other
wasn't it?
Yeah, that was his mate, wasn't it? But do you know the postman?
Cliff.
Cliff? He's the
Cliff?
guy in there who says Han Solo.
Yes.
Yeah. He says you can't go out there. The Tauntauns won't survive the cold.
Yeah, we always rely on Cliff. He's a sound guy. Cliff was he was in Toy Story as well, wasn't he?
He was. So you've got Cliff from Cheers. You've got a load of Norwegian mountain rescue and some hotel staff to protect against the Empire.
It's a shame they didn't have a death metal scene if they had the Norwegians there. At least in the cold, dark night, they could have had like some epic death metal going on in Empire.
For a minute there, I thought you were going to do a very impressive poem when you were like, cold, dark night.
I know, I turned into Dylan Thomas.
Yeah, you did probably.
My leg was Bible black.
The obsidian of space.
Do not go quietly into the night.
Yeah, I thought you were going to go on for like 25 minutes on an amazing poem there, inspirational poem.
We should do that one time.
Poetry will definitely be a part of this at some point. This is unconfirmed, but it's from a book. I'd never heard of this guy before, but it's called The Making of Star Wars, but I've never heard of the guy who wrote it, by somebody called J.W. Ringsler.
Ringsler? No, never heard of him.
Never heard of it. But George Lucas originally planned for Yoda to be played by a monkey wearing a mask and carrying a cane.
Oh, this is another one of those things where you wish. Is there a version of that? Was it a screen test? Something?
They must have done a screen test and gone, no, this isn't right.
Oh, I would have loved it if they got Frank Oz to like strip naked, stick fur to himself, and like jump around
with a cane.
With a cane, yeah, going
as Miss Piggy.
As Miss Piggy, yeah. How much do you think we could maybe bribe Frank Oz to? Nah, it's a wild idea. Never will.
We're gonna have to crowdfund that.
Yeah, that's amazing. A monkey.
Yeah. A monkey carrying a cane was going to be Yoda. It does not stipulate what type of monkey.
What I should imagine is it'd be one of those little monkeys like from Indiana Jones. And I think he'd probably be like a method actor. So like, he'd have to spend 3 weeks with a little stick. He's like, how do you think I should hold this? Maybe I got a limp. Maybe a speech impediment as well or something. What do you think? How about if I speak like Miss Piggy? How much do you pay a monkey to do that?
Peanuts.
At least 8 peanuts a week.
Do you think that's why they put a monkey in Indiana Jones?
But they couldn't afford Yoda.
No. They had this monkey and they had the outfit for him and the cane because he wears an outfit, doesn't he, in Indiana Jones?
He does wear an outfit. I don't trust that monkey. I never did.
That monkey deserved everything he got because he was a traitor. Did.
Bad dates.
Bad dates. He deserved that bloody bad dates. He screwed everybody over in that film.
Yeah. Well, same as Yoda. He's an arsehole as well, wasn't he?
Damn dirty apes. That's another film.
Don't start with the apes.
Don't start with the whole thing about monkeys and apes. They don't like that.
And Yodas. Like, nobody confuses Yoda for a monkey, do they? Well, are there monkeys in Star Wars?
There are in the new ones, in the Han Solo film.
What, there's a monkey in there? I don't remember that.
In the Han Solo film.
To be fair, I didn't remember any of the new Solo film.
It's got, as at the beginning, he's got 4 arms.
I've got 4 arms.
No, not 4 arms. He's at arms numbering 4.
Okay, yeah, I don't have that.
No, thank God.
Frank Oz, what did you say?
Frank Oz.
I'm going to say that instead of thank God from now on. Frank Oz.
And
people will stop for a second and go like, did you just say Frank? No.
I think you'll get away with it.
You probably would, yeah. I'm going to do that from now on.
I think you would get away with it. If you thought these ones were great, this last one, who do you think was the top contender I'll give you the top 4 contenders to play Han Solo before Harrison Ford.
Right, I know one of them is Tom Selleck, isn't it?
He's not on here, but he may be in the top 5.
God, I've got it wrong. That was Indiana Jones.
Yes.
I still stand by that because, do you know what? He would have made a great Han Solo, actually.
He would have made a great Han Solo. He had the moustache, that moustache.
It's almost like George Lucas is the opposite of Tom Selleck, where he's transferred that moustache. It's like a slip down his chin, isn't it?
That is true.
If you add them both together, you get the prequels. I don't know
The
what
prequels. You get Chewbacca. These were the top contenders before they did the
screen grab.
They're not screen grabs. Where people come in and they do like a
screen
scene.
test. Screen test.
Screen test. Thank you.
All right, give me one of them.
Christopher Walken.
I've seen Christopher Walken do an impression of Han Solo on Saturday Night Live.
That was probably his screen test.
No, he did. That's probably what it was like.
With his strange way of speaking about things.
Kessler won in 6 parts. I'm doing William Shatner for some reason, but you know what I'm getting at. Yeah, it's great.
Yes, this would have been very different film with this one. Jack Nicholson.
Oh man. Oh yeah. Wait a minute. I'm doing the Windows shutdown sound, and I'm just rebooting a minute. That's terrible casting, isn't it? That doesn't work at all.
I can just you know that the gif of just Jack Nicholson nodding, like leering and nodding at the same time.
I know, yeah.
That's the only thing I can think of.
It would make Han Solo look like Han Solo is a dick anyway, isn't he? But it would make him. It'd be like Han Solo without the charm. He's a dick, but he's a charming guy. You take that charm away, he's just a dick. That's what Jack Nicholson would do to him.
Okay, if you think that was... this would have changed the entire film. Al Pacino.
I'm confused with the way you say you don't separate Al Pacino. You say Al Pacino. Al Pacino.
My best mate married to an Italian girl. That's how they speak in Italy. Al Pacino.
Al Pacino. But I seem like an alpaca that's called Chino. Or maybe he's got chinos on. Al Pacino. But yeah, Al Pacino. Oh, that doesn't work either. Oh, does it? That would be like... that could work. If he was like in Scarface.
Yes, that's what I mean. Say hello to my little friend. On the Death Star.
Yeah, imagine like Greedo. Do the Greedo bit. What does he say to Han Solo?
What's up, Loki?
What you talk to me about is what's a fucking shoot.
Yes.
Say hello to my little friend.
With loads of cocaine everywhere. You're like, you know when Jabba says, Jabba goes, Masa, Losa, Norsa, and the subtitle says, you dumped the shipment. He's like, I didn't just dump the shipment. I don't know why he's Mexican. I didn't dump the shipment.
It still did the Mexican. It just comes out that way.
It does. Well, Jabba is Mexican, so...
That's true, yeah. But that's pretty cool, though. I think that would have been pretty awesome. I can imagine him like I was scent of a woman as well. Hoo-ah! After everything.
And the top one, this would have been amazing. Han Solo played by Burt Reynolds.
That would have been amazing. I love Burt Reynolds.
Just take that in. Just think about that for a second. That would have been amazing.
What if Burt Reynolds was Han Solo? Chewbacca, played by Dom DeLuise.
Yeah.
And he just, you know what I mean? It's like, slap.
Sammy Davis Jr. playing R2-D2 and...
Sammy Davis Jr.
and, who's the...
R2-D2's got one glass eye as well, though, hasn't he?
Oh, my God. It would work. Yeah, Burt Reynolds.
Burt Reynolds, man. I would, that would be amazing. I love, rest in peace, that guy was awesome. That could work. He plays it straight though. If you look at Deliverance, he's really plays it straight, and now he's really good.
Think about Smoking the Bandit. It's effectively Han Solo's story in Star Wars.
Yeah, he is. He is always, like Cannonball Run. He's a commander of his own ship, and he has a sidekick, Dom DeLuise. So he just figured out his strategy there. Harrison Ford ripped off Burt Reynolds.
Yes.
that's some amazing facts about The Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, there we go. I think my research, if you like the facts that we come up with on this and our strange takes on them, watch the next one. It will be Return of the Jedi, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it's the next one in the trilogy, and the final one in the first trilogy.
Thank you very much for listening. I've been Stencil Artisan, and my co-host has been Peephole Circus. Thank you very much, Peephole Circus. Would you like to say anything else?
Good night.
Good night. Please like, subscribe, and ring the bell.